Most people have never used Stripe in a way they consciously recognize, and that sounds almost absurd when you consider how often we interact with digital payments every single day. Because every time you buy something online, subscribe to a service, or complete a transaction inside an app, there is a hidden layer of infrastructure quietly executing that exchange. And in many cases, that layer is powered by Stripe. Yet you never see it, you never click on it, and you never consciously choose it, which creates a paradox that defines its entire strategy. Because unlike traditional companies that compete for attention, Stripe becomes more powerful by becoming less visible. Since visibility introduces friction, while invisibility allows transactions to flow seamlessly without interruption. It doesn't compete for attention. It removes the need for attention. And when friction disappears, control shifts. To understand this, you have to separate what users see from what actually powers their experience, because every digital product that feels simple is supported by layers of complexity underneath. And while most companies compete at the surface level where branding and design dominate, Stripe deliberately chose to operate beneath that layer, positioning itself as infrastructure rather than interface, which fundamentally changes competition because users can switch apps instantly, but companies cannot easily rebuild deeply embedded systems once they are integrated into their operations, making infrastructure a far more defensible position than interface. Users switch products easily, systems don't switch easily, and Stripe builds inside the system. Traditional payment companies like PayPal built dominance through visibility, requiring users to log in, confirm, and complete transactions through their own interface, which created trust but also introduced friction, because every additional step forces the user to pause and make a decision. And in digital commerce, even small delays can significantly impact conversion rates, whereas Stripe removed this layer entirely by embedding payments directly into the product itself, eliminating redirection and turning payments into a background process that users don't even think about. More steps, more drop-offs, less friction, more completion. Stripe chose invisibility over control. Stripe does not target consumers, it targets developers. And this is where the strategy becomes structurally powerful, because developers are not just users, but builders who define how products function. And once they integrate a system into their architecture, it becomes deeply embedded and difficult to replace, which means that by winning developers early in the life cycle of a product, Stripe ensures that its infrastructure becomes a default component long before the business scales, creating a distribution model that grows silently but relentlessly. It doesn't chase users, it enables creators of users, and that scales faster. Unlike most companies that treat APIs as a supporting layer, Stripe treats the API itself as the core product, investing heavily in simplicity, clarity, and speed of integration, which dramatically reduces development time and effort. And this creates a powerful advantage because under time, pressure developers consistently choose the easiest solution. And once that solution is embedded, it becomes a long-term dependency that is difficult to replace, giving Stripe a structural foothold inside the system. Ease of integration becomes permanence, and permanence creates power. As more companies build on Stripe, a compounding network effect begins to emerge, because each new integration adds another layer of dependency, and as this network expands, switching becomes increasingly difficult, not because of contracts, but because replacing Stripe would require rebuilding core systems, introducing both technical complexity and operational risk. And in business, avoiding risk often outweighs reducing cost, which creates a powerful form of structural lock-in that is subtle yet extremely durable. No contracts forcing you to stay, but every system making it harder to leave. That's real lock-in. This lock-in is fundamentally different from traditional monopolies because it is not enforced through exclusivity, but created through integration depth. And as Stripe becomes more deeply embedded into operations, removing it becomes a high-risk decision that most companies avoid, which means competitors must overcome not just performance, but inertia. And inertia is one of the most powerful forces in business systems. It's not enforced, it's engineered, and that makes it stronger. So Stripe stays, quietly, firmly, inside the system. Stripe expands into embedded finance, allowing companies to integrate payments, billing, and financial services directly into their products, which transforms finance into a modular layer that can be added without building underlying infrastructure, accelerating innovation while simultaneously increasing Stripe's reach across industries. You don't build finance anymore, you plug it in, and Stripe powers the plug. And when finance becomes modular, innovation accelerates. At this stage, Stripe is no longer a tool, but infrastructure, and infrastructure operates under different rules because it is evaluated on reliability and trust rather than features. And once a company reaches this level, it becomes deeply embedded in the ecosystem, making it indispensable rather than optional. Tools can be replaced, infrastructure cannot. That's the shift. Stripe's growth model is fundamentally different because it does not rely on traditional marketing. Instead, it grows alongside the businesses it powers, meaning that as those businesses scale, Stripe scales automatically, creating a self-reinforcing loop where growth is driven by ecosystem expansion rather than direct acquisition. It doesn't chase growth, growth flows through it. Stripe operates at a hidden layer of the economy where it influences how transactions occur, how pricing is structured, and how financial systems operate across industries, creating a form of power that is subtle but deeply embedded in the infrastructure of digital commerce. Power without visibility, control without attention. But this level of centrality introduces risk, because when a system becomes critical to thousands of businesses, any failure can have widespread consequences, making reliability and uptime essential to survival. The more invisible it becomes, the more critical it becomes. Reliability becomes a core requirement because downtime is not just a technical issue, but a financial one, impacting revenue across the entire ecosystem, forcing Stripe to invest heavily in stability and uptime. Downtime equals loss at massive scale. Security is foundational because trust cannot be compromised, requiring advanced fraud detection and compliance systems to protect transactions globally. One breach can break everything. Stripe simplifies global operations by handling currencies, regulations, and compliance, enabling businesses to expand internationally faster and more efficiently. Build once, scale everywhere. Compared to Visa Inc. and MasterCard, Stripe operates at a higher abstraction layer, focusing on developers and software rather than consumer transactions directly. Different layer, different power. Stripe continues expanding into new services, increasing integration depth and strengthening its position within the ecosystem. More services, more integration. As businesses rely on multiple Stripe services, dependency increases, making replacement increasingly complex and risky. One system, many dependencies. It becomes a system, not a tool. Stripe influences how startups are built, shaping business models, pricing strategies, and financial flows across the digital economy. It doesn't just support startups, it shapes them. In the modern economy, the most powerful companies are not the ones you see, but the ones you rely on without realizing it. And Stripe proves that invisibility, when engineered correctly, becomes one of the strongest competitive advantages in business. You don't need attention to dominate, you need necessity. And the companies you don't see are often the ones you depend on the most.